Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone as you can. Just swing it out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Boston Celtics went into Cleveland and won Game 3, 106-93 to take a 2-1 series lead. We got much needed performances from Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the original Jays, but another Jay and Jrue Holiday also had a significant impact. I wanted to take a deeper look at their performances, so let's get into the film. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come in the house. And the first person we're going to start off with is Jrue Holiday. He finished with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists on 7 for 10 shooting for the game. He had some really impactful stretches in this game. I mean, like 3 to 4 straight possessions of him impacting, playing defense, assisting, rebounding. And here, you see him, he slips to the basket, gets a great pass to Al Horford. He misses, grabs a rebound. He was a really good rebounder in this game. Our big three, of course, talking about the Jays in this game. Tatum had 13 rebounds, Jrue had 8, and I think Brown had 9. So they all were ready. And this is one of the most impressive things about Jrue Holiday. He's a smaller guard, but he's one of the stronger guys in this league. He was going at Evan Mobley, going at Tristan Thompson, and bodying them up in the paint and finishing over them. And here's just a beautiful move by Jrue Holiday. The overhand cross on Donovan Mitchell completely turns him around. Then the Euro step, but the first step is a fake pass to Al Horford to get Evan Mobley to jump out to Al. That clears the lane and he finishes. All right, so here's just another heady play by Jrue Holiday. He slips into the paint. The pass leads him towards the baseline a little bit. Okoro is on him, but he's able to fire pass all the way back to the top of the key with his left hand, and Tatum drills it. And here again, his strength against big men on opposing teams. Here we go to the low angle empty side pick and roll with him and Al Horford. He comes off of it, and watch how he legally puts his shoulder into Tristan Thompson, and he jumps back, and he has to reach into him, and he fouls him. And this was one of the more impactful stretches we have seen from Jrue this entire season. So here, good contest by Jaylen Brown starts with Jrue Holiday getting the rebound. He goes out to Tarek White. We fast forward a little bit. We get it to Jrue, and again, it's the strength he plays with against taller defenders, putting Evan Mobley in the bucket, and he finishes with the left hand. And then we come back down. He's defending Evan Mobley. He's gonna get switched on to Marcus Morris in a second. They pass it to him. Evan Mobley sets the screen, he slips out, he's defending Marcus Morris, completely locks him up, forces a dumb shot. He gets the rebound after that. We go up in semi-transition. He passes to Tarek White. He's gonna cut through and get in great rebounding position and just snags it over Evan Mobley's head. Snags it, goes up like he's gonna shoot, makes Evan Mobley jump up, a great pass to Sam Hauser, and he drains it. And then we come right back the next possession. He's standing with Caris LeVert, and he eventually strips him and forces a turnover. On the other side of the court against Caris LeVert again, he goes to work. Again, the strength that Jrue Holiday plays with. When he's able to post up effectively, it can really change the complexion of our offense. He gets Caris LeVert with a little up fake here, and he finishes on his strong side. Dog, Jrue Holiday was special in the second quarter. I showed y'all about 4 or 5 straight possessions where he's significantly impacting the game on both sides of the floor. He's defending, he's bodying people up, grabbing off his rebounds, he's passing. And here on the broken play, Okoro just allowed to go straight through Luke Cornett. That's fine. And here on the broken play, it looks like Jrue's going to hand it off to Jaylen Brown. He fakes it, which catches Donovan off guard just a little bit right there. He sees it, but he has to go under it, and Jrue Holiday drains it. And here, Jrue plays impeccable defense on Donovan Mitchell, has him going out to half court with about 12 seconds left. And then the important thing about that is that he completely takes Donovan Mitchell out of play. This is the guy that was killing us this whole first half. He had about 23 points. Jrue Holiday took him out of this possession, and any possession that does not include Donovan Mitchell is a good one for the Celtics. Evan Mobley tries to go on Al Horford and Tarek White, and a good tip out by Jayson Tatum, who rebounded strongly in this game. All right, so here we got Jrue Holiday hounding Donovan Mitchell again, but Jrue played great defense on these moves, but Donovan Mitchell was just moving crazy on this. He still was able to get to the rim, but Jrue meets him at the apex right here, and just a big time block after these good moves by Donovan Mitchell. All right, so here in the fourth quarter, Tatum, another grown man rebound. Of course, we'll talk about him later, but as far as his rebounding goes, he's averaging about 10 in this postseason, and a lot of them are uncontested. That's not to say he's not a good rebounder, but in this game specifically, Tatum grabbed a lot of contested rebounds, and he tipped out a lot of them to get it to his teammates more effectively. And here we got Jrue Holiday coming up, Joe Mazzulla imploring him to run. Jrue Holiday sees Al Horford in the corner, but the focus here for Donovan is on Jaylen Brown. So he passes it to the corner, gets the defense into rotation. Derek White drives, then Jrue Holiday catches it, goes at Evan Mobley, makes him fall, and he drops it off of Derek White. And next is Jaylen Brown, who had 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists in this game. But the thing about Jaylen in this game was how efficient he was. 13 for 17, 76%. It's an uber efficient game, but it's not something that's out of the realm of possibility for a guy like Jaylen Brown. Shoots 48% for his career, which is great for a high volume scorer. And he's had 2 straight seasons of over 49% from the field in these last 2 seasons. And here off the Spain PNR, you got Luke setting the ball screen, you got Jaylen setting the back screen for Luke. He sets a good enough screen where Okoro has to help Evan Mobley until he gets back, so he slips out. He pump fakes, drives, and he has some really clutch shots on some tough shots, and he was just on one all night. And here we got the inverted pick and roll. Peyton Pritchard sets a good screen on Dean Wade, and he's able to just rise up over Donovan Mitchell. And Jaylen Brown was a missile in transition and semi-transition in this game, and I loved when the Celtics got stops or when they got steals, they moved the ball up the court and they became faster than the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they used their strength, their size, and their speed in transition. And Jaylen Brown is one of the best athletes in this league, like as far as contact balance, body control, and just strength. The way he's able to control his body and use his strength and slow down, change the pace, he is one of the best athletes in this game, undoubtedly. And here we got 2 good contests from Jayson Tatum and Al Horford. Again, we are in transition. Jaylen Brown, contact balance, is able to keep his balance after Strus is just trying to get off of him. And then here he finishes. Here again in transition, just a missile. This is why he was so efficient. He was deliberate in his scoring. He knew what he wanted to do before he even got to the rim a lot of times. And here he takes off from the dotted line and goes right over Darius Garland. And then here again, being deliberate with what he's trying to do. He ran up the court because he's seen Darius Garland on him. He got right to work, put his back on him, and now just watch how look at all the Cavs that's looking at Jaylen Brown because he has Garland on him. And watch this important cut by Al Horford right here as Okoro comes to help. If Horford was just staying in his corner, Donovan could possibly guard in between Horford and Derek White. But because he cuts, Donovan sees that and he has to come down just a little bit. And him coming down allows the pass to Derek White and he drains a 3. And here, just having the defense at his mercy here, the snatch back with the left hand, got Karras on skates, then he's gonna come out to the wing. The hesitation gets Karras to freeze, and then a Euro step around the charge attempt by Dean Wade. Then we're going to fast forward down to the other side of the court. Jayson Tatum plays impeccable defense on Karras Levert right here on this drive. Deters that drive. He has to pass it. Jaylen Brown knocks it loose, and we get the ball. And again, like I said in a previous clip, Jaylen Brown hit a lot of clutch shots in this game, and people mistake clutch shots for shots late in the 4th quarter. No, clutch shots can be anything. It could be the opposing team is getting some momentum and you hit a shot to stop that, especially on the road, because teams feed off of their crowd, especially a team like Cleveland, who was undefeated in the playoffs at home until we won this game, right? And Brown shut off a lot of those potential momentum runs. And here at the end of the 3rd, you see that Donovan just scored his 30th point. Jaylen Brown comes off of this pick and he rises up for 3. And he was also clutch in the sense of, like, there were some possessions, especially in the 4th quarter, where the Celtics did not have anything and they were going down to the end of the shot clock. And when they passed Jaylen Brown the ball, he was deliberate in his actions and he made something happen offensively. Again, he was super efficient. Here, he gets the pass with about 8 seconds left in the shot clock, a straight line drive, finishes on the other side with the left hand. And this was my favorite bucket from Jaylen Brown. Look at the body control, the contact balance, the strength, the hang time. Goes up with the right hand as Strus is bro. He going up, Strus smacking him in his eye and his arm. He goes up with the right hand, the hang time in the same jump, bring it down and bring it back up with the right. That is crazy. And this is just the regular definition of clutch. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Good pass by Tatum after the drive. 2.5 seconds left on the clock. He knows exactly what he wants to get to. Pump fakes Max Strus and the one-legged clutch jumper. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 3 million members. It is the easiest and most exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats and watch the winners roll in. Download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. PrizePicks even offers injury insurance so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, PrizePicks will have your back and not count that as a loss. Personally, I've been using PrizePicks for about 2 years and I've won a pretty penny in that span. I only do NBA and NFL, but you guys are probably more versatile than I am. Today I have another slight two-man: Karl-Anthony Towns more than 2.5 threes and Aaron Gordon more than 0.5 threes. Once again, download the app today and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less, it's that easy. And last but not least, Jayson Tatum, who put a significant mark on this game like most fans wanted him to. And I just made a video about how basketball is more than just PPG, right? In game 1, he had 21 points, 11 rebounds, and like 6 assists. And in game 2, he had more points than he did in game 1. But it was just obvious that game 2, he had a worse game because the defense, the rebounding, the playmaking, and just his approach to the game and just how he looked, his mentality was worse in game 2. And just because he scored more points in game 2 does not mean he played better. Here, he did everything. 33 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and he was just on one tonight. And here we get the switch on Donovan Mitchell out of some dribble handoff action. He crawls over, uses his strength, his muscle that he's added over the last couple of years, moves Donovan Mitchell, Euro steps, and gets the lay-in. And here again, something he showed in game 1 was the reason why I made the video on that, is that his defensive versatility, right? He's able to guard on this Cavs team without Jared Allen. He's able to guard 1 through 5, right? Because Evan is taller than him, but he's not stronger than Jayson Tatum. Tatum here stands his ground on the post. This game warranted some Tatum at the 5 minutes. I won't lie, because Kornet was not that effective. Al Horford was bad in this game. Joe Mazzulla, I think, left him out there a little bit too long, but you do have to trust a guy like Al Horford. In the end, he did make some good plays, but a Tatum at the 5 or Tillman at the 5 was warranted in this game, especially without Jared Allen. Here, he forced to travel on Evan Mobley. And then here again, we got Tatum being deliberate in his movement, sees that Evan is flat-footed here. He catches it, flat-footed, off balance. He drives right at him and dunks the ball. All right, here we got Garland probing, throws it right to Jayson Tatum. And in transition, again, the Celtics, again in transition, they were effective just running the ball after rebounds and on steals, just getting up, using their strength, size, and speed. He puts his shoulder into Dean Wade and finishes with the left hand. Now, even though this was a missed shot, I'm going to tell you why this was significant. For the last couple of years, at the end of games or at the end of quarters, Tatum has become extremely predictable, and the defense knows that. And in the middle of the season, I noticed a couple things, and I looked at every shot Tatum took with 10 seconds or less on the game clock in every quarter. So if it was the fourth quarter, him trying to tie the game or to win the game, or if it was a first quarter situation like this one, when I was tracking that stat, Tatum was 11 for 35 in those situations. But the key to that stat is he was 5 for 27 on jumpers and 6 for 8 on drives. That is the reason this play meant something to me, because it showed that his mentality was different and he wasn't settling at the end of the shot clock on this play, and he still missed it, but again, the mentality was different. And Tatum was 9 for 17 on twos in this game. He got to that mid-range a lot. A lot of them were contested because in the fourth quarter, the Celtics were having trouble getting into their offense early, and he got a lot of passes with like at the end of the shot clock, and he had to force a tough contested two, but he was getting into his spots. He still shot 8 threes, which is a little more than I would like, but the mentality, again, the way he played his approach was different in this game, and it showed. All right, so I just told y'all that stat about him being 11 for 35 on shots at the end of quarters, right? And again, that is not for the whole season. That was just at the time I was tracking it. And the key was 27 of those shots were jumpers, which means drives were very scarce, right? In the regular season, there was only one game where Tatum drove the ball twice on end of the quarter situations in the same game. One time, and I believe it was against the Mavericks on the road. And in this game, where his mentality was clearly different, was the second game of the season. And here, again, he catches it right there and he rips immediately on Donovan Mitchell, spin move, and he has to foul him. And at the beginning of the third quarter, Tatum continued that aggressive mindset, again sees Donovan Mitchell, goes right at him with the cross and the and one layup. All right, so here on the other end, Tatum did a great job as a help defender on this possession, and not the help defender that you usually see as if like somebody's driving and they're helping, trying to block the shot or contest it. Here, he was helping on the screen. So here, he's guarding Evan Mobley in this possession, and he anticipates that Jaylen Brown is going to get caught on the screen. So here, he jumps out on Strus, makes sure that he's covered. And again, here, Strus sets a nice screen on Derek White. Tatum is going the other way, right? And then he sees that, okay, Derek White is not going to be able to get to Garland on time. So he gets there, contests a shot, and Garland misses. Now, this is the more traditional sense of a help defender. We got Isaac Okoro cut on Jaylen Brown. Tatum comes off of Evan Mobley, contests just in time to force the miss. Brown gets the rebound, and the Celtics have a 5-on-4 here. They swing it to Al Horford in the corner. He misses, but Tatum again did a nice job on contested rebounds in this game, tipping the ball out to his teammates or just grabbing it. And then here he's in the post. He sees that he still has the 5-on-4. He fires out at Jrue Holiday and he hits a 3. All right, so we got Tatum and Luke pick and roll here, and again, it's Tatum not settling. There was a couple times that I thought he was going to take that 3 on Dean Wade and bail him out. I thought he was going to take it after the snatchback right here, right there. He hesitated him, thought he was going to take that one. Then right there, that hop, he usually takes it on this hop, but he doesn't. He does a nice job being aggressive, driving, forcing the defense to rotate, and allows it up to Luke. All right, so after the timeout, Joe Mazzulla calls a great play. The Celtics go to chin action. Chin action is a set out of the Princeton offense, and it's named after a chin cut. So a chin cut is just a cut after a back screen. So here you're going to see Jrue Holiday set the back screen on Max Strus. This play is either to get your player an easy layup or easy post position. As you see, Tatum gets the post up on Max Strus. Again, then here he's going to pivot, spin, move, and he's going to dunk it. All right, so here we got Tatum driving. He resets the post up on Max Strus again. And here, just a nice contested fadeaway jumper at the end of the shot clock. Now, this was just a phenomenal sequence by Jayson Tatum on Donovan Mitchell, forces the miss, a great contest. Then we get the ball, and now again, we're in transition. We're pushing. They did a great job of this. Tatum gets the ball, a sweet pass in the pocket to Jaylen Brown, and he finishes. And here, probably the dagger of this game. Again, he gets the ball with 6 seconds left, so it's not a lot that he can do at the 3-point line, but he drives a little bit closer, gets into Max Strus, pump fake, pivots, spins, and hits the tough fadeaway. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it to any and everyone that you can. Just swing it out there a little bit more. Now, we'll see you guys in the next video, but this is Nick. Peace.